We'll start with the prayers. Om Bhadram Karnebhih Shruniyama Devaha Bhadram Pashye Mākshabhiryajatraha Stirairangaihi Stuštuvagum Sastunobihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vriddashavaha Swasti na Pusha Vishvavedaha Swasti nastakshorarishthanemihi Swasti no brihaspatirdadato Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are studying Mandukya Upanishad with Bashyam. We are doing the introduction to the first chapter, first mantra. Agama Prakaranam. It consists of 12 mantras and 29 karikas. We are just entering the Upanishad, and Shankaracharya gives a very brilliant commentary on the introduction to the first mantra. I will start from where we left last week. This is the slide, which is the beginning of the introduction. It's a long introduction running into 20 pages or 20 slides or so. Shankaracharya covers the entire gamut of Advaita Vedanta in this particular portion of his commentary. The central theme of Advaita Vedanta is there is an Adhishtanam, there is a foundation for this entire universe. Adhishtanam means it is the substratum. Like all the activities are happening on Earth. So Earth is the substratum for all the activities which happen. Similarly, for the whole cosmos, there is a substratum. That substratum is not visible. That substratum is only known through Veda. That is what he's trying to bring out in this particular portion of the commentary. He gives the famous example of the rope and the rope snake. Rope is the Adhishtanam. Adhishtanam in this particular portion is called as Aspada. And on this foundation, which is called as pure existence, pure consciousness, pure bliss, on this foundation lies this entire cosmos. Like the entire dream world lies on the waker. Similarly, the entire waking world lies on this Adhishtanam called as Turiyam. So straight in the first introduction, the first paragraph itself, Shankara gives us the highest in Vedanta. He says, like the rope is known or mistaken as the streak of water, or as a snake, or as a pipe. Similarly, the entire human mankind takes this entire waking world as the reality. This is an error. That is what he's pointing out in this mantra, in this section. What is the error and what is the truth in the case of rope, snake, and rope? Rope is the truth. Rope, snake is the error. In case of human beings, they take the waking, dream, and sleep as real. And the world which we enjoy in these three states as real. It is comparable to the rope snake. What is the truth? The truth is Atma. Like the rope is there for the rope snake, for the three states of experiences, there is Turiya. Turiyam is also called as Atma, it's also called as Brahman. The nature of this Turiyam is it is non-dual. Like compared to the dream world and the waking world, we can say the waker is non-dual. For example, we can say the entire dream world rests in the waker. Similarly, there is a super waker status for all of us. All of us, for the entire cosmos, there is a super waker status which is called as the Adhishtanam. He is going to explain to us this Adhishtanam and Adhyasa in a very elaborate fashion in this commentary, running into several, almost like 20, 30 slides are there, which are going to talk only about these two things. What are the two things? Adhishtanam, Adhyasa. Adhyasa is called as Vikalpaha. Vikalpaha. This is one portion of this section. The second portion of this section is, it says, Omkara alone is this entire superimposed world of words. Slowly, we have to understand this concept. This is very, very subtle concept. So try to pick up the meaning as we go along till the end of this entire mantra. World is revealed through words. For any object, we have a corresponding word. So what he says is, a world of objects is conveyed through words, and words have got Omkara as the substratum. Because all words, he will prove later on, come from Om. Therefore, if you know Om, you will know the entire truth of this universe. And what are the objects of this Om? What are the objects which are being revealed by Om, by this Atma? The first one he says is Prana. Prana means the breath which we breathe. It can also mean the subtle body. Pancha Indriyas. So all these are superimposed on Atma. That is the gist of this mantra. And as I said, Vikalpa in this context means it is superimposition. The whole world is superimposed on Atma. Prana here refers to the subtle body at the cosmic level, which is Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha is the first born Brahmaji. So, Prana Vikalpasya Aspadaya Bhavati means the first born is also superimposed on this Atma or Brahman. Rope snake example I have given you. Rope is the Adhisthana. Rope snake is the superimposed. For the word of words, which reveal the objects, Omkara is the Adhisthana. So it is one Om which appears as many words, and many words represent the world of objects. Artha Prapancha, for Artha Prapancha, Artha means objects. For objects, Atma is the Adhishtanam. Shabda Prapancha, Omkara is the Adhishtanam. For all the words, Omkara, the sound Om is the Adhishtanam. Now, the question is, are there two realities? Are there two Adhishtanams, one for Omkara, one for the objects? No. For the word also, there is a common Adhishtanam. For the objects also, there is a common one, common Adhishtanam. See, this is how slowly the Turiyam, the substratum, which is the subject matter of Mandukya Upanishad, is slowly being revealed to us. Right in the introduction itself, if you study the first mantra itself, you will find a tremendous joy in your intellect because these things we have never learned before. We don't even know there is something beyond this world of waking. So when Shankaracharya explains in this process, this is a very unique process he has taken up in Mandukya Upanishad. You don't find it in any other Upanishad. So Omkara is the Adhishtanam for consciousness, which is Chit. The Adhishtanam for the objects in the world which are experienced is Sat. Sat means existence. Existence and consciousness are one and the same. There are no two existences, there are no two consciousness. We cannot say consciousness and existence. It is the same consciousness which is also appearing as the existence of this universe. Atma and Omkara are not separate. Therefore, Omkara can be used as a symbol for Atma, for Turiya. We'll be seeing more details of this as we go by. This is the introduction where he is introducing the topic. Nama Bheda Natu Adhisthana Bheda Sahacha. That Omkara is the Swarupa of this entire universe. Universe consists of three states. For all of us, if you want to break down the entire universe, you can break it down into many aspects. But if you want to condense it, you will condense it as what? Three states of experiences. Waking, dream, sleep. Now, what he says is, rope snake is nothing but essentially rope. Similarly, waking, dream, sleep is nothing but essentially it is Atma. The substance of these three states is consciousness. The substance of these three states is existence. So existence and consciousness, these are the higher aspects of our nature. Body, mind, and the world which is physically experienced is the lower nature, which we have seen as Apara Prakriti in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And also in Mandukya Upanishad, Paravidya, Aparavidya was stated in Mandukya Upanishad. Para means Brahma Vidya. Apara means the lower Vidya, which means it is the Vyavaharika Satyam. Whereas Para means it is Turiya, Paramarthika Satyam. One person, when he is in front of the children, he is called as the father. Similarly, the same person, when he is in front of the wife, he is called as the husband. And in front of his mother, he is called as son. So one entity is given three names. Similarly, Turiya is one entity. It is given three names: waker, dreamer, sleeper. Can you get this point? Very important. Same entity, same existence consciousness is given three names, and that is waker, dreamer, sleeper. Like father, husband, son. One Atma is the Artha Prapancha and the Shabda Prapancha. Shabda means words. Words are Omkara. Artha means uh, the world of objects, which is nothing but it is the meaning which conveys the objects is nothing but Atma. Standpoint is different. There are no two Adhishtanams. So what Shankaracharya does is, in his commentary, he throws up a Purvapakshi. Purvapakshi means an objectionist. He himself writes in the commentary an objection for what he is proposing. And then he will give the objectionist view, which is called as Purvapakshi's view. And then he will refute that Purvapakshi in his commentary. That is the style in which Shankara writes this entire Mandukya Upanishad commentary and other commentaries also. Omkara Vikara Shabda Abideyasyam. That's what it says in the introduction. Whenever we talk about name, form, and the function, there are two Upanishads which we should remember. One is Chandogya Upanishad, another is Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. I will refer to both these Upanishads in these commentaries. Here, Chandogya Upanishad is taken up. Vacharambanam vikaro nama dheyam. It's a very, very important statement in Chandogya Upanishad. It is one of the principles on which the entire Advaita Vedanta is based. What does he say here? He says in Chandogya Upanishad, a product or a form is a vikara. Vikara means modification. Now, it is only a word. Namadheyam. Namadheyam means it is only a name. A product, try to get this point, it's a very subtle point. Only when you hear this again 20, 30 times, you will understand the meaning of this. Meaning of this sentence, Vacharambanam Vikaro Namadheyam. It's a very, very abstract point, but it can be grasped if your mind is pure. What Shankaracharya and the Upanishads say here is, the name is only initiated in the tongue. In Aitareya Aranyaka, not Upanishad, not Aitareya Upanishad, Aranyaka. It is the other scripture of Aitareya. Now here, the whole world is bound or connected by the specific rope of words made up of strings like sounds. Now, what he says in that Aitareya is, word is nothing but sound. It is the entire, how does it enter? How does the word enter our mind? In the form of sound. All words which describe the world, they enter our mind in the form of sound. So everything is indicated by a word only. Sarvam hi idam namani. So such statements are there which are telling us that world is nothing but sound, and sound is nothing but Omkar. See the development of how this section takes place. Introduction of Omkara Vichara is done in 6 verses. Vichara means analysis. is done in this Upanishad in 6 verses. Number 1, 8, 9. That means the section, the end portion is Omkara analysis, and the first mantra is Omkara analysis. What about the other mantras? They are Atma Vichara. So there are two vicharas, there are two inquiries done in Mandukya Upanishad. If anybody asks you, what is Mandukya Upanishad? Tell me in a short, brief way, you should say Mandukya Upanishad consists of two inquiries. One inquiry is on Omkara with 6 verses. Another inquiry is on Atma with 6 verses. This is the gist of the whole Upanishad. What they mean, we will see slowly. So, Atma Vichara, in Atma, what is discussed? With reference to Atma, Avastha Trayam is discussed. What are the three states of this Atma? Same Atma. One Atma appears as the waker, appears as the dreamer, appears as the sleeper. See, our Anubhava, logic, Yukti, Anubhava, and Shruti, all three should go together. Our experience is what? I am the sleeper, I am the dreamer, I am the waker. What Upanishad says is, you are also Turiyam Brahma. So you can go from the states to Turiyam Brahma, or you can come down from Turiyam Brahma to the different states. Bhashyam highlights in this portion Omkara. We will do the Vichara, Avastatraya Vichara in the next verse, in verse number 2. Here, Omkara is taken as the entire world, but normally you will see that how can Omkara represent the entire world? Isn't it abnormal statement? Therefore, Chandogya Upanishad is quoted. This is the mantra. 614. By knowing a lump of earth, you know all the objects made of earth, like jug, like a pot, like a tumbler. You can know different. So if you know mud, if you know the earth, you know everything. That means if you know the cause, you will know you will know all the products. That's what is the message here. And if you want to know and what are the products? Products are nothing but words. It's only name given to a particular form. Pot is a word. It's given to the round shape. A jug means it is a different shape, different form. Therefore, you call it jug. So, now you try to understand product is nothing but it is name and form. But what is product? Product is nothing but the cause in a different form. So, if you know cause, which is the Turiya Atma, you can know that the Turiya Atma is itself coming as waker, dreamer, sleeper. So your goal always should be, I have to look at myself as the Turiya Atma without the body, without the world. I can still exist as the pure consciousness. That is what the Upanishad wants us to do. Like if you want to know desk, table, chair, these are all the names and forms, they are words. But what is the cause? Wood. Similarly, chain, ring, bangle. What is the cause? Gold is the cause. So you can say I'm seeing gold, or you can say I'm seeing a ring or a chain. If your vision is on the ring and the chain, then it is like you're saying I'm the waker or the dreamer. If your vision is on the gold, It is like saying, I am looking at myself as the Atma. It's possible. The human intellect can infer the existence of Atma. Like the waker and the dreamer, you can infer there is a higher platform in which I exist. That I is our goal. In the entire Mandukya Upanishad, the goal is I, the pure I. Don't forget this. Don't get confused with the waker, dreamer, sleeper, because then you'll just be going in circles. There is a higher platform which is called as Paramarthika Satyam, and that is what is being revealed to me in entire Mandukya Upanishad, not only Mandukya. All the Upanishad, all the verses, the goal is the same. Brahman is the Adhishtanam. I'm calling in different name. I'm saying Turiya, I'm saying Brahman, I'm saying Atma, I'm saying Karanam. All these mean the same entity. That entity is beyond time and space. That entity is represented by silence in the chanting of Omkar. The three states, the three bodies, the Panchakoshas are all in time and space. We all experience it. You say that I am the sleeper. There was a time of sleep. There was a time of dreaming. There is a time of waking. So waking, dream, sleep, gross, subtle body, causal body, Annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, all these five koshas, they are in time and space. What Shankaracharya and what Upanishad says is very astounding. It says that they are Vak Prapancha. Now he is reducing all cosmos into one word. What is it? Vak Prapancha. Coming out from your tongue. The whole cosmos is what? Vak Prapancha. Shabda Prapancha. Omkara. See, this is how the analysis slowly he's building it up. What is he saying? Entire world is name and form. Name and form is nothing but words. Words are nothing but coming from your tongue. Therefore, we can say Omkara is everything. Entire world does not exist separate from Satchidananda Brahman. Dream world does not exist separate from the waker. It is a waker alone appearing as the dreamer. Similarly, Atma lo is appearing as the waker. Entire Vak Prapancha does not exist separate from Omkara. See, he is doing simultaneously two things. He is looking at Atma and telling us the different versions of Atma. He is looking at Omkara and telling us the different versions of Omkara, how to understand Omkara, how to understand Atma, because ultimately in the first mantra, the Upanishad equates Omkara to Atma. And in this commentary, Shankara is justifying that Upanishadic statement stated in the first mantra. Now, this is the mantra.
ओमित्येतद् अक्षरमिदम् ओमित्येतद् अक्षरमिदम् सर्वगं सर्वगं तस्योपव्याख्यानम् तस्योपव्याख्यानम् भूतं भवत् भविष्यत् इति भूतं भवत् भविष्यदिति सर्वम् ओंकार एव सर्वम् ओंकार एव यच्चान्यत् त्रिकालातीतं यच्चान्यत् त्रिकालातीतं तदप् ओंकार एव तदप्योंकार एव ओमित्येतदक्षरमिदं सर्वगं तस्योपव्याख्यानं भूतं भवत् भविष्यदिति सर्वमोंकार एव यच्चान्यत् त्रिकालातीतं तदप्योंकार एव.
Chanting is done by Vijaya, who is based in Texas. She has chanted all the mantras of Mandukya Upanishad. Very beautiful voice. For those who want to learn how to chant these 12 mantras, I have the audio which I have circulated. It is there in the invitation. You can go through that audio, and her pronunciation is very good. So you can easily understand how to chant. The advantage of chanting is you will remember the meaning when you want to meditate or contemplate. In the first mantra, the word is all this. Om, the word. What is the? It is not any word. It is not Rama, Krishna, and any other word. But what is the word? What is the symbol? The symbol used for the word is Om. You will never find this meaning anywhere else except in Mandukya Upanishad. Very, very unique revelation of Omkara. When I first heard it, I was absolutely astounded. A clear explanation of this Omkara is this Mandukya Upanishad. That is the first part of this sentence, of this verse. Then it says, so Shankaracharya explains this particular first line of this verse. He explains this in about 15 slides, which I am going to present. Then second part of it is Bhutam Bhavishyam, past, present, and the future. That means what? Indirectly, he is saying time, anything in time is Omkara. That is the second line. Then the third line is whatever lies beyond time also, Trikala Pitam Tadepya Omkara Eva. So how should I understand this? First of all, Omkara is this cosmos. Second, Omkara is appearing, whatever appears within time, waking, dream, and sleep is coming in. But beyond this waking, dream, and sleep, there is the Karanam, which is Ishvara or Maya, Shakti. That lies, it is also there. I can't see it, but there is a Shakti which is controlling this entire three states. That is also Omkar. He will explain to us how this Omkara represents all whatever the Upanishads is saying. Therefore, this is the gist of the first verse. Om iti etat aksharam idam sarvam. creation is nothing but Omkara. In another Upanishad, it said that Lord, before creating the universe, he uttered Om. What did he say? Om. So before we start anything, suppose we in our small world, I want to start a new project. I want to start anytime during the day, you want to start something. Just chant Om and see, it will have a different impact. Ekam Aksharam. Om is one Aksharam. So creation is Om. And what does the universe consist of? We have discussed already two things. One is Artha Prapancha, which means the objects in creation, which is the Nami, and name and form, which is Shabda Prapancha. Shabda Prapancha is the words. Artha Prapancha is the objects. Nama and Nami. Nami means the object. Nama means the word. So the cosmos can be expressed as the word and the object. No object exists without a name in the universe. Whenever you want to deal anything in the universe, whether it is even a distant planet, first to give it a name, then only people can start understanding Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Sun, Jupiter, Moon. All these are words. So, word and what it represents, the object, that is the entire world. Atma is the Adishtanam. Adishtanam for the whole world. Like what? Like Omkara is the Adishtanam for the entire words. When you say words, it means objects. So what is Satyam? Adishtanam. What is Mithya? What is just a name and form, which is only an appearance for all the wakers in the world? That is the rope snake. That is the Shabda. Words are name and form. Words represent the objects of creation, and the Adishtanam is the Omkara. Slowly he is building up the levels of understanding. If rope is the Adishtanam of snake, we can represent it as rope in two ways. Rope alone appears as a snake. We can say Atma, Turiya Atma alone appears as the world. Because it is the Adishtanam. Adishtanam means without that support, there cannot be the name and form. Omkara is the Adishtanam for the words. Now Upanishad gives the logic. Why do we say Omkara appears as all the words? Omkara is a mixture of A, U, Ma. Akara by Sarva Shabdaha. All words are modifications of the sound A. The sound which comes when you open your mouth. Suppose a child is there and you want him to eat food. What do you tell him? Ah, 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 and then you put the food down. So when the child opens the mouth, it says ah. What is the ah? That is the first sound made when anybody in the cosmos makes the first sound. Akara vai sarva shabdaha. See, Upanishad is making a very bold statement. It says, any language you take, Akara, A is the root of all words in all languages. This A modifies into all other alphabets. When we make faces, for example, you want to say E, that means what? You show your teeth. So, Sopadikara Akara is all other alphabets. Sopadikam means what? You add something to this A, it becomes all other alphabets. In all languages, A is a first letter which joins together and makes the words. That is why we say akara vai vak. Speech is nothing but akara, the form of akara. Omkara contains akara only in essence. Okay. So Adishtanam Adhyastam, I have already explained to you. I have given to you again and again because these two things you must remember throughout Mandukya. Okay. The Anvaya, the actual meaning of this first mantra is this. What is the meaning? The letter Om is all this. The entire world of objects, which are the meanings of the words. Meanings of the words are called as Abhideya Bhutam. Okay, try to understand two words. These are technical words in this particular section. Abhideya and Abhidanam. The next word is Abhidanam. Abhideya means meaning. Abhidanam means words. World of words is not different from Omkara. Omkara is Sarvam. It includes Nirgunam Parabrahma also. That is what it says here. Nirgunam Parabrahmam is also known through this Om. We will see how. There is a relationship between Abhidhana and Abhideya. Two words you will hear in the next 10 slides. These two explanation of Abhidhana and Abhideya will be coming in a big way. Brahman is the Lakshyartha Rupa of Omkara. See, Shankaracharya, when he writes commentaries, he writes commentary on this entire portion word by word. We'll see this. Commentary is going to start now. For another 20 slides, this commentary on this first mantra is going to be there. Sankshepa Vakyam. Sankshepa Vakyam means what? In brief, you tell me what is this word. In brief, Upanishad says, word is nothing but Omkara. See, for example, in any context, we have restrictive meaning and non-restrictive meaning. All come to eat. It doesn't mean all human beings you are addressing. What you're saying is all those who are invited, you come to eat. Sankocha padaha. The literal meaning is entire, sarvam. Sarva pada literal meaning is there, but what we take is the restrictive meaning. Now, Upanishad is going to explain sarvam iti omkara, non-restrictive meaning. How it is going to discuss that? Bhutam bhavam bhavishyati sarvam omkara eva. Whatever was in the past, in the cosmos, whatever existed in the past, in time, present and future, all this is in time. Sarva. Sarva, what? It is not the restrictive meaning. It is the non-restrictive meaning. Unabridged meaning. So the complete universe of the past, present, and the future can be represented something which exists in time and beyond time. In time means kala avachinna prapancha. And the beyond time means Kala Tita Anavachinna Prapancha. See, when we go to sleep, we exist in unmanifest form. Unmanifest form is where it is beyond time. So, but that also exists, right? It exists. So that is what here is being meant here. Omkara is what exists visibly, which we can see, but also invisibly, which exists. That which transcends past and future, yatha anya trikala atitam. This is there in the mantra. Maya, what exists beyond time? What is the creator of time, which transcends time, which exists without time? That is what is called as Maya or Ishvara or Brahman. These are three synonyms. Dakshinamurti Stotram, for those who have already done this, I have the videos of Dakshinamurti Stotram in my class folder. You can go through them at your free time. If somebody wants to, this Dakshinamurti Stotram is like a PhD in Vedanta. In this, the second mantra, Shankaracharya tries to compare. What he says is, in the second mantra, Bijas Yan Tatati Van Kuro Jagadidam Prang Nirvikalpa Punaha Maya Kalpita Deshakala Karana Chitri Kritam. So Maya is being explained second mantra of Dakshinamurti. Why this is being explained, why I'm bringing this Maya aspect to explain what lies beyond time. For example, here, in the Dakshinamurti Stotram, it compares the world like the sprout of a seed. Now, seed, if you look at the seed, you don't know what it contains, but it has the power to germinate and give a complete tree. Sprout happens, and then you can get fruits and plants and trees. So, similarly, whatever is there in space and time, there is a cause. That cause, the seed form, is called as Maya. And this whole world is like a magician throwing up a magic show. So a person, a Mahayogi, a person who can control his mind because he has made his mind very pure, he can see that the world is happening in consciousness. It is coming out from consciousness. It is resolving into consciousness. You and I can also know this. When we understand Mandukya Upanishad properly, this particular mantra, second mantra, will become extremely clear. I also can experience this. How? Suppose you believe that you are that Atma which is beyond the three states. That means you are there all the time. In the sleep state also you exist, but not in the form of a body, but in the form of consciousness. So when you stand in that platform of consciousness and you see the waking world being experienced, again it gets resolved. Again it comes out, again it gets resolved. The resolution of the world is called as Maya Shakti. And Adhishtanam is called as consciousness. So Maya Shakti is beyond time. World which is being projected is in time. So the entire, if you look at from the Adhishtanam, the time is born, time goes into unmanifest condition. Time is born means it manifests, appears. Again, it goes to unmanifest. This is how so scientific is our scriptures. If you are see what script what way what Vedanta says is try to make your mind pure through karma yoga and upasana yoga, through meditation techniques, and then you try to understand Vedanta. You will accept whatever Veda is telling as the truth. So far, what have we learned? Anything in time is Omkara. Anything beyond time is also Omkara. The owner of this Maya Shakti is Nirguna Brahman. Nirguna Brahman means what? It is the ultimate, which is without gunas. Maya, Ishvara, Brahman is nothing but Omkara, Sarvam, everything. Throughout this Upanishad, when we do the Bhashyam, there will be some areas where we will be using the commentary of another person who has commented on Shankaracharya's Bhashyam. That is called as Tika, Tika. It is a sub-commentary on Shankaracharya's Bhashyam. There are three great acharyas who have written commentaries on Shankaracharya's Bhashyam. Like Shankaracharya has written a Bhashyam on Gaudapadacharya's work. On Shankara, there is another person written, Anandagiri, Anubhuti Swarupacharya, and Sachidananda Saraswati. See, Indian scriptures, there is no time. I mean, you will require so much of time you can spend on studying these commentaries. So many hundreds of commentaries are available, but most of them are in Sanskrit. Sachidananda Saraswati, in his commentary, he says, Jagrat Kala time is in Jagrat Avastha. See, he says Avastha is slightly higher compared to the time. So, only in Jagrat Avastha, Jagrat time is available. Swapna Kala is available in Swapna Avastha. So, there is a state of consciousness which is higher than the object of consciousness, which is time. Jagrat Kala is within Jagrat. Jagrat Avastha can't be limited by Jagrat Kala. Because Jagrat Avastha is a state of consciousness, Kala is a object of consciousness. Now, these are all still further deeper understanding of time. See, when you are within a room, you cannot say the room is within you. You are within the room is one statement. You can never say room is within you. So the room is compared to the avastha. And kala, the time, is compared to you, the object. Adhara is the avastha. Adheya is the time. Jagrat Kala is within Jagrat Avastha. Therefore, Jagrat Avastha can't be within Jagrat Kala. Anyway, if you don't understand this too much, doesn't matter. It will not affect your understanding of the Upanishad. But these are some of the ways in which the commentators, they comment on what Shankaracharya writes. What we should understand is that on inquiry, all the three avasthas are kala atita. How do I understand? That means time is an object, but it is an object of a particular avastha of consciousness. Very, very ingenious idea given by these Tikakaras. So, to assimilate the need to meditate, we need to meditate on these. You see, when we contemplate on these statements, then these things become more clear. Everything beyond Kala is Omkara, which means what? Avastha is also Omkara. That is what the Tikakara explains. Very fine explanations for these things. Outside the Kala is Omkara, within the Kala is Omkara. Omkara is without any restriction. So, right in the beginning, I said restrictive meaning and unrestricted meaning. Unrestricted meaning is taken up here in the Upanishad. That is what Shankaracharya said. By analyzing Omkara, one can analyze everything in creation. Therefore, it is worthwhile to do Omkara analysis is the gist of this entire first mantra. Okay. Now, the Bhashyam. This is the gist. Shankaracharya now starts the Bashyam and he starts writing commentary on the first line. Om iti etat aksharam idam sarvam iti. The following commentary will be on this line. Om iti etat aksharam idam sarvam iti. This is where he talks about Abhideyam and Abhidanam, the world of words and the world of meanings. They are not different from Omkara. Omkara is the revealer and the revealed. Revealer and the revealed. Revealed is the objects. Revealer is the words. Very easy to understand when you convert to English. Revealer is the words, and the revealed is the meaning. Omkara is all that is there. That is very clear. So far, we know even Nirgunam Dhamma is known only through this Omkara's relationship between Abhidhana and Abhideya. Okay, now from that Omkara and the verse, now he is going one step, again one level higher. Now he is saying Abhidhana. In order to understand this Abhidhana and Abhideya, we also have to understand what is Pachartha Lakshya. When we say Brahman is represented by Omkara, it means it is the Lakshyartha. Lakshyartha means indirect meaning of Omkara. Indicative meaning of Omkara is this Nirgunam Brahman, this highest Turiyam, this Paramarthika Satyam Brahma is Omkara. How? That is what Shankaracharya is going to explain. Slowly he will try to explain what is Abhidanam, what is Abhideyam, and then he will conclude. So just try to go through the slides yourself. You will be able to understand the conclusion. Conclusion is easy, but the process in which we try to understand this, it takes a little bit of uh, understanding the meaning of the words Abhidhanam and Abhideya. Okay, we'll start with Artha and Abhideya. Artha means objects. Abhideya means the meaning of the word. For example, Abhidanam means the object called as the wall or chair. Abhideya means what? It is the meaning of that word called as wall. So there is a relationship between the world of objects and the meaning of the objects. of the word of objects. Artha and Shabda, there is a connection. What is the connection? It is the revealer and revealed connection. If you understand revealer, revealed, it's very easy. Revealer is the word, revealed is the object. Very simple. Any word is the revealer. It is what is abhidheyam. What is revealed? Abhidanam is revealed. That is what is said here in this in the following slides. This is the essence. Like you know the earth and you know all the objects. Similarly, if you know the words, you will know all the objects. That is what is the comparison Shankaracharya is making. Objects are nothing but a group of words. Aditya, Agni, these are all words, but they convey an object outside. For example, the sun is called as Aditya. What Shankaracharya says is, it's a very astounding thing. What he says is, the sun loses the status of a Surya, and what exists is the revealer only exists. The word alone exists. In Vedantic Upanishad, a further refinement of this Chandogya is made in Vedantika. In Chandogya, name and form is taken. In Vedantika, what is taken? The whole universe is name, form, and action or function. Trayam va idam nama rupam karma. World consists of name, form, and action. And for those names, speech is the sound, is the source. See how deep now we are going. Whenever you are talking about the world, it is either a name or a form or an action. Whenever you're talking about name, form, and or action, you are talking only because of the sound, which is the source of the name, form, and action. All names spring from sound. So the common feature of all name, form, and action is what? Sound symbol. Because ultimately everything comes into our mind in the form of words. See, ultimately Shankaracharya wants to say all words are Omkara. Omkara is a sound symbol. That sound symbol is nothing but the whole universe in Saguna form and Nirguna form. This is how Upanishad tries to describe the entire universe. There is no substance at all. Abidana, no abideyam is separate from abidanam. So, what Shankaracharya says is, these words are swallowed by Omkar. Ultimately, what is there in this world? All the words are nothing. The world is nothing but name and form in Chandogya. In Brihadaneka, it is name, form, and action. Name and form or name, form, and action, whatever you take it as a word, ultimately are nothing but words. Words are nothing but sound. And sound is all the words are nothing but Om. Because everything starts from A. So what exists in the world? Omkara. Omkara is everything. One profound message of Mandukya Upanishad is Omkara is this universe. This is a very profound topic found nowhere else except here. Okay, this is A, U, Ma, and the silence. These are the four components of Omkara. Now, so the sound, the words, the meanings, everything, now you're clear. The first line is Omkara is Sarvam. Now, Shankaracharya goes into the second aspect. What is the second aspect? Now he breaks this word O into to the three components and the silence. What is now trying to explain to us is, see, these are all the subtle teachings. This will make your mind purer and purer. Why you want to make the mind pure? Because you want to reach Nirguna Brahman, which is the ultimate goal of Upanishad. How to meditate? We use this Omkara symbol, meditate, and then come to this Nirgunam Brahman. That is the topic of Mandukya Upanishad. In order to meditate, you should know two things. One is called as the direct meaning of Omkara, which is called as Vakshata, the sound Om. All of us, when we hear Om, we hear the sound Om, Om, Om. Then what we don't hear is the silence. But does the silence exist or not? Yes. That silence is called as Lakshya. Indirect indicator, indirect meaning of Om is what? Lakshyartha. Direct meaning is what? The sound. If you have understood this with reference to Omkara, now apply it to Brahman. Turiya Brahman, Turiya, which is what is the word used in Mandukya for Atma. What Shankaracharya says here is, there are four components for this Brahman. The three components are the waker, dreamer, sleeper status, which is called as the Saguna part, which is equivalent to the Om, the sound Om. The silence is called as the Lakshyartha, and that silence is represented by Turiya Atma. So the first pada, Prathama pada, there are three padas. Three padas means three legs. The first leg is the Virat Ishvara, the entire cosmos, physical cosmos. The second, Dvitiya pada, is the subtle cosmos. Subtle cosmos means the laws which govern the universe. Law of gravitation, the law of planetary movements, the law by which we can decipher the different positions of different stars and planets. That is Hiranyagarbha Tattva. Like we also have a subtle body, the cosmos also has a subtle prapancha. And then there is a causal, like we have a causal body, the Tritiya, the third pada, the third leg is the Antaryami, causal prapancha. All the punya papam of all the jivas accumulated together is the ultimate causal nature of the cosmos, by which only this srishti comes. Every srishti comes because the causal prapancha changes according to the jivas punya. Okay, now this is all at a cosmic level. Now let us come back to the sound Om. A, O, Ma represents the three padas. The first A is the physical universe. U represents the Hiranyagarbha, the subtle universe. Ma stands for the causal universe, which is the Antaryami. Sound reveals Virat, but it is not equal to Virat. That is what the Purva Pakshi says. Like the word sugar reveals sugar, but it is not the object sugar. This is what the Purva Pakshi and objectionist tries to say. So how can can you say Omkara is everything and the sound Om is everything? He didn't understand the meaning properly. Shankaracharya now explains to him that there is a revealer and a revealed relationship. Revealed is the object. Revealer is the word. The word object have revealer revealed connection. It is not equality or oneness. Okay. Bachyartha and Lakshyartha, they are two different aspects. Bachyartha means the direct sound symbol. We are not talking of oneness at the Bachyartha level. When you at the sound O, A is different than U is different than Ma. But the silence, which is the substratum, which is the common aspect of all these three, the base, that is not changing. There is oneness at the Lakshyartha level of Omkara. There is Lakshya at the Lakshyartha level of the whole world also. At the Atma level, there is oneness, but not at the level of the three avasthas. This is one small Purva Pakshi brings in this section. So what does Shankara says? He says, Jeevatma Paramatma Aikyam in the Mahavakyam, we use Lakshyartha. That means I should not confuse the states. Waking state, dream state, sleep state is my real nature. The real nature is what? Consciousness. The sound A, U, Ma, they are all representative the three states, but the silence is the consciousness. In silence, what is there? If you ask, just understand this question. In silence, what is there? Consciousness, which reveals the silence, is there. Very subtle point. This is where the entire Matham, there is one philosopher who said that from nothing only this whole universe is coming. This is where Shankaracharya says, in silence, you're taking silence as nothingness, but I am taking silence as Adisham consciousness, which reveals the silence, which is the ultimate in the entire creation. This Lakshyata, we are going to see in the seventh mantra of Mandukya Upanishad. But here, what is being done is Shankaracharya is trying to explain to us at the superficial level, there is no relationship, there is no oneness. Aikyam is not possible. It is revealed entity at the level of the three avasthas. Okay. In Turiyam, this Abhidana Abideya Sambandha is not there. Why? Because there is no subject-object triputi in Turiya. Sambandha means relationship. For any relationship, you need two things. Two things are available in Bhakya. In Lakshyartha, it is only one. So Upanishad forces us to go from the direct meaning of Om to what that Om indicates or the substratum of that Om, which is the Lakshya. So similarly, see, we are trying to see the connection between Omkara and Atma. The three states, the three bodies, the five koshas are called as Vachyata, the sound Om. Atma or Turiyam is called as silence. When Chandogya Upanishad tells us 9 times, the Guru tells the student, Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi. The student should not look at the waker, dreamer, and the sleeper. He should look at the Karanam, which is the science, which is Nirgunam Brahma. So, through this Omkara and Atma Vichara, we can reach our core nature. Okay, I will stop with this slide. Time is up for today. I will continue, start with this particular slide next week. This first mantra itself, if you understand, is so deep and so intense. Go through this with the help of my notes, you will find it easier. Okay, it's got the first mantra itself has got very deep meaning, but from the second, third mantra and all, it become clearer. This is slightly complicated because of two words, Abidanam and Abideya, revealer and revealed. Okay. Oh, Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachade, Purnasya, Purnamathaya, Purnameva, Vasishyade. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Okay, a couple of questions are there. Amini is asking, if Hiranyagarbha is related to the subtle form, which is related to the dream state, why is it considered to be the firstborn? Shouldn't Antaryami, which correlates to a causal form, which is related to deep sleep, be considered the firstborn? Okay, good question. What we have to understand is Antaryami is the cause. It is the causal prapancha. It is the cause. From that cause, products are born. The first born is Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha is the first subtle body creation out of the causal. The confusion you are having is you have not understood that causal form in deep sleep is not born, it is the cause. In Mandukya Upanishad, we have to understand, you will understand this as we grow. I mean, as we go in the following in the following sessions, you will this aspect it will become more clear. Because in Mandukya Upanishad, what we say is that the in sleep state, the Jiva is there, Ishvara is there. Ishvara is called as Antaryami. Jiva is called as Prajna. This is going to come in the sixth mantra of Mandukya. The fifth and the sixth mantra will explain your answer more clearly. But at this stage, what you have to, in a very brief way, you should understand the sleep state is the causal form for this entire cosmos. It is the causal form for the Jiva also. Cause. What is the first born out of this? When you wake up, what is the first thing which you realize? You don't realize the world. You realize your own mind. Your mind is what? Subtle body. I am. Mind, you become aware of your mind first. And so this is a common thing for all of us. You can experiment it. This is the truth. This is the nature of the world. So what Shankaracharya, what Upanishad says, similarly at the cosmic level also, the first thing which is born is the subtle body, which is represented, and it is called as Hiranyagarbha. From Hiranyagarbha, what is born? Virat is born. The physical entire, the Devata who controls the entire universe, the physical universe, that is what is called as the Virat. Virat Devata is the controller of the physical universe. Hiranyagarbha is the controller of the subtle universe. For example, you have to infer that my mind is not an independent thing. It is controlled by some controller. Your mind, my mind, everybody's mind. There is a total mind. Like you have you have the master computer or some iCloud, you have the database, right? Similarly, there is one controller of all the subtle minds. That controller is called as Hiranyagarbha. That Hiranyagarbha is represented by the Surya Bhagavan, sun god. That is why in Gayatri Japam, we always pray to the master, the one who controls my intellect, my Sukshma Shariram, is this Surya Bhagavan. Therefore, I pray to that Lord and say, come on, please, what you are the master shiner of this whole universe. You shine so brilliantly. Can you bless your shining nature to my intellect so that I can also see the universe so clearly? That is the Gayatri mantra. Om Bhurvavasva Tat Savitur Varenyam. Savitur represents Surya Bhagavan. So, Amini, is it clear? You can unmute yourself and you can reply if you can.
Yes, it's very clear. Thank you so much. But I have a follow-up question on
Yeah,
that.
don't
On
worry.
that.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What is the follow-up?
Yeah. So the follow-up question is: if we know that Antaryami is the cause, why do we need to affirm the fourth state, Turiya? Isn't the deep sleep enough to
Good. Very
represent
good question.
silence,
All your
Brahman?
questions, you're a perfect student for Mandukya Upanishad. Perfect student. See, what Upanishad says is that you can't stop at the causal level because there are some problems at the causal level. What are the problems at causal level? Why we don't take Antaryami or Prajna as the ultimate? Why do we have to go to the fourth state, which is the Turiya Avastha? It will be clear only when you do the seventh mantra of Mandukya Upanishad. It is a very long explanation. In brief, what it means is we have to leave the cause and the effect of the Vyavaharika at the plane. There's a realm of consciousness at the causal level and at the product level, at the effect level. We have to cross over whenever you're trying to identify, whenever you're trying to understand the Upanishad, the description of Upanishad of Brahman or Turiyam does not fit the causal level. It says it is Advaitam. It is Prapancho Upashamam. These are the descriptions of the universe. These are the descriptions of that ultimate absolute nature, beyond which there is nothing. So, in short, you have to cross over the sleep state and then ask the question, who am I? At the sleep state level, you will still have punyam, papam, you will still be born, you will not get moksha. When you say moksha, I am ever free, I am eternally free, If you want to say that, you have to come to the something which lies beyond the cause and the effect. This is the same question which was asked by Nachiketa in Kathopanishad. Is there something beyond time? Is there something beyond dharma? Is there something beyond cause and effect? The answer given in Kathopanishad is there is something. That is what is called as anyatra dharma. The whole Kathopanishad is based on the same question which you are asking. Your question is exactly the same what Nachiketa asked Yamadharmaraja. Shankaracharya will bring this Purva Pakshi in the 7th mantra. Your question is the same. There will be an opponent who will ask, why don't you stop at the level of cause, at the level of sleep state only? Why do you have to go to the causal level? Why do you want to go beyond the causal level? Only when you go beyond the time and the timeless, you will be able to say, I am ever free. I am never born. When you say I'm never born, the I stands for consciousness. That consciousness is only appearing as a sleep state. That consciousness is appearing as the causal nature. It is only an appearance, it is not the reality. It is mithya. All these things will become clear as we go through these 7 mantras. Just little bit patience and you will have the full answer. But today you could have got some answer.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amini. Very good. You are a very deep thinker. I'm glad you are asking such questions because these are the questions you should ask so that your understanding becomes more and more clear. You see, when you ask such questions in your mind, why not why not stop at the causal level? Because one thing you should understand, we have to go beyond the level of body and mind. Mind still has a level, but we have to cross that road. That is where the Maya Shakti is hidden. Maya Shakti is hidden in all our minds. The Maya Shakti plays in our mind. It is the one which wakes us up. It is the one which puts us to sleep. You close your eyes and you sleep. But you think that is happening naturally? There is a Shakti. Beyond the Shakti, now who is the holder of that Shakti? That is the ultimate absolute Brahman. That Brahman, that is why we say the same Turiyam is appearing as this entire universe and it is resolving back into that Turiyam. If you can understand manifestation, unmanifestation happening in this universe, in your own mind, if your mind has become a little bit purer to understand this concept of manifestation, unmanifestation, waking, dream, sleep, the phenomena of these 3 states, if your mind is able to grasp this, then you have grasped Mandukya. And then you can go beyond the level and you can understand Turiyam also. To understand Turiyam only, the 2nd chapter and the 3rd chapter has been written. Full chapters have been written only to understand what lies beyond the causal. And why do we need that causal is also explained in the 3rd chapter. Okay, I'll go next to Rama. I understand the concept explained in the meditation sloka. I do appreciate the but how do I get there? How do I experience that I am the driver in a car that is driven? Similarly, I am the indweller, but not the encasing body. Okay. Good question. Practice this meditation more and you will realize that pure nature is your intrinsic nature. See, ultimately, the mind is not intrinsic. Anything which is intrinsic will not come and go. Intrinsic means changeless. It is your eternal nature. So you will definitely reach, when you close your eyes, after some time, you say, my meditation is beautiful. I can reach my consciousness level, awareness level. I can remain in it for 5 minutes and I can come out. Most of the people who are doing meditation with me, they come and call me and tell me this. They say that, yes, we are able to understand, we are able to, meditation is so easy for us because we have done with you for almost more than a year now. Almost 2 years, I've taken these meditation sessions continuously. 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. So the mind automatically, which the mind which projects the world, it gives you the thoughts, it gives you the raga and dvesha. The same mind realizes it can also control the mind. It can also resolve them. Whenever this, see, you should the understanding of the internal structure of the mind is extremely important in Vedanta. Raga and Dvesha are expressions of ignorance, which is avidya. This will be explained in the third chapter, but it will come. But this is the structure of the human mind. So when you understand the structure of the human mind, this question uh, about the fourth state will be totally resolved because you have understood the structure of your own mind. So, Rama, the answer to your question is practice. You will be able to resolve your mind and say, I am the indweller. Indweller is who? Sakshi. It is not, it is the jnata. It is, I told you there are three aspects for a ahamkara. One is karta, doer of action. All the time it wants to do. I want to act. I want to act. I want to, what is the next? What is the next? What is the next? So this is what the karta aspect of your ahamkara, I. What is the second aspect? Bhokta. Oh, I want to enjoy this movie. I want to enjoy this dish. I want to enjoy a cricket match. I want to watch tennis. I want to enjoy a poem. I want to write. That is the bhokta aspect. So karta bhokta is your real, it is the body. With this karta bhokta is the life of an individual. What Upanishad says is this karta bhokta is not, it is there. It is as per the law of karma, it will act and it will go through the fruits of action. There is a third aspect in the same I. What is that? Jnata. Jnata means the knower. Knower is something different than the karta and the bhokta. Knower means it knows the world. It is using the sense organs to experience the world. The sense organs and the mind are the knowers. But what is behind this knower? What is the light which is going through the sense organs? It is the light of consciousness. By knowing that light of consciousness, I become the absolute knower and not the relative knower, which is the ahankara. Relative knower is the jiva. It can be Shama, it can be, it can be Radha, it can be Rama, it can be anybody. The names are given to whom? For the karta. I'm a father, see, father, mother, sister, son, all these are all with reference to the karta bhokta only. Upanishad aim is to go to that jnata in you and trying to ask the question, how is this jnata becomes a jnata? That is where this Turiya Atma knowledge will help. It is because of the Adhishtanam Turiyam, this jnata becomes activated every day when you get up. Okay. So Rama, I gave you a simple answer, but I also gave you a very elaborated answer. Is it clear, Rama? Are you around?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you very much. So I take the takeaway point is meditation, practice meditation so that
Practice.
we get to the state. Yeah.
Very easy.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, just keep practicing. After some time, you'll say, I can't get rid of this indweller. It is always there. What should I do? You will come back and tell me this. Indweller is always there. That's actually the light of consciousness, the changeless light of consciousness. You see, how do I identify? I identify that awareness because it is changeless. And what is changing? Mind. So in my mind, inside, when I look at my own self, after some time in meditation, you will come to a point where you will discover the thoughts rising in you. And you will also discover there is a light, there is awareness, which is aware of the thoughts. So that discriminations, once it happens in your meditation, you have attained tremendous growth in your spirituality. Very big achievement in spirituality is this separation of awareness and the mind. Okay. Amini, yeah, you are saying so. We can, in short, say causal form is still Saguna condition. Yes, you're right. What lies beyond is this Sakshi Turiyam Atma, which is Nirgunam, so that all dualities transit. Perfect. Very good. It's a clear understanding, Amini. Okay. Any other questions from others?
Hari Om, Shikhaji.
Yeah, Shama, go ahead.
Thank you for such a wonderful, I mean, it's so in depth. I can't imagine how you managed to, describe it in such details, it's absolutely beautiful. But it looks like I have to do hear the class every day until the next class. I must hear it every day. I must Shravanam, Mananam, the whole
Yes.
thing until, so it becomes, I don't have to remember it. It just becomes my own knowledge.
Yeah, correct. That's what is called as absorption. You see,
Yeah.
you have heard, but you may not have absorbed the full depth.
Full depth,
So
yeah.
when you hear it, don't worry. In every session of Mandukya Upanishad, you will find that your depth of understanding is going deeper and deeper. It is becoming more intense.
And it's obviously not one of the simplest and easiest of Upanishads at all.
Not at all, not at all.
Because
What I'm
it's
saying is the highest in Vedanta. There is
Yeah,
nothing higher than what we are doing in Mandukya. Nothing.
because where else does it address consciousness itself? It's almost
Yes.
like it's addressing very much you. What my question is, of course, like one is from the meditation alone, and that is so there is these three components of the ahankara, which is obviously the usual ones which we are so plagued with, karta bhokta, awareness, which is completely drives us nuts, and the jnata. And it's all these three are components of the ahamkara, which
Correct.
is actually being further programmed because of our prarabdha karma.
Yes.
Yeah. So that for clarity. And this jiva sakshi, because I mean, I'm sure all of us can feel that the sad part, I would say, the diabolical part of our existence is simultaneously you're so aware of one that is all truly knowing, your sakshi state, and the other one which is equally powerful, very strong and powerful, the ahankara, all of that. And it's almost like that Mandukya Upanishad, the upper bird and the lower bird, and the lower bird almost wants to dictate to the upper bird, you may be knowing, but I know more,
Correct. Yeah.
and it's telling. And so what I'm asking you is that internal subtle state, is there a way of, apart from meditation, because you keep through the discussion today, you've used number of times, you've used the word pure, that
Yes.
the purer the mind becomes, the easier it is to get into more and more of your sakshi state. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah? Or your
Because
pure awareness?
Shankara says in throughout in the Mandukya Upanishad, he keeps on repeating,
Uh-huh.
the purer your mind becomes, the more you are aware of the higher nature. If your mind is still clouded, you will listen, but it will not register in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Many people listen to Mandukya Upanishad. They listen, but it doesn't register the inner meaning of Mandukya Upanishad, which is the truth which is revealed. It gets revealed maybe 10%, 20%. But if you want full truth to be revealed to you, it is only when your mind is pure.
Mm-hmm.
This purity of mind, you can get it also by repeated listening of Veda.
That is one. The
Yeah.
other one also I wanted to
Japa.
ask you was
So,
on a more contemplative, analytical level, is it a good point to actually see your own mind's self-deception? In other words, like to try and very deeply analyze, because for a long time, I think I've been so obsessed with the idea of goodness, as if goodness was a god whom you are worshipping, And so because I was in such a good state, I mean, I'm worshipping goodness, and I think I'm doing all virtuous things, that I could not see the defects of my own mind. So what I'm asking is, how do you attain the satyam quality, which I feel will be closest to the pure quality?
try to understand the delusive nature of your mind. The more you understand that how many times a day you become deluded and then you act, that observation skill to develop with the help of Vedantic knowledge will help you to become purer.
Mm-hmm.
For example, you try to note down in your own self, oh, I was so deluded, like you're telling me now, that I can understand my delusory nature of my mind.
Yeah.
It's very clear. It is the mind which is causing all the delusions, all the confusions, all the conflicts in your nature.
Mm-hmm.
So learn to see the mind as a mind and try to go more towards the adhishtanam, the consciousness. You see, the word adhishtanam is a very important word in Vedanta. Throughout Mandukya, Shankaracharya repeats this. Turiyam is the adhishtanam. Turiyam is the adhishtanam, and it is pure. Pure means what? It doesn't have any mental impurity.
Mm-hmm.
Mental impurity is what? Raga and dvesha. Mental impurity is avidya. Avidya means what? Self-ignorance. I don't know I am the pure consciousness. Immediately my mind keeps on deluding me. And then I act. Again, I have desires, fulfilled, unfulfilled desires. I get into conflicts. I become angry if it is not fulfilled. I feel that again and again, something in the world takes me like a mirage. It takes me, I feel that if I do this 20 texts, I will become happy. If I do this, if I go through these literature in psychology, I will know everything about life. Oh, it is only a mirage. It is like a mirage water, in the desert. That is delusion. It's your own mind. Try to understand there is a mithya. It is a mithya nature.
Yeah.
It exists, but it is not the truth. It exists, but it is not the truth. I am the truth. Who am I? I am the witness of that mind.
Just one more question, and then I will not ask it. So what is the idea of volition or will in this thing about ahankara? What is it that actually pushes you to do something or not do something? I know it is driven by ahankara, but ultimately, for example, today morning, I gave myself 100 reasons why I should not meditate. But then I said, no, you just shut up. And I said, no, I will meditate, you know. So that time, of course, just because I had determined, but what I was thinking, even to remain more in a Sakshi state, is there meditation alone which will help for this volition to become strong, which means my mind listens to what I want it to do.
Okay, your question is the same question Arjuna asked. For anger and desire, what is the cause? Rajoguna.
Mhm.
Lord Krishna says Rajoguna is the cause of the will. It is the will means it is a willpower is nothing but Rajoguna.
Oh yeah.
Understand it is Rajoguna which is acting in this mind. That's all. It is Maya. It is the same as which it will not go away. Why it will not go away? Tomorrow also it is the same thing. Maya will apply again, create the same because that is the way the law of karma is. Law of karma is ultimately controlled by Maya Shakti only. So if your mind is pushing you into meditation and you use your willpower and says, no, I will not go out of meditation, I will definitely meditate. It is the same Rajoguna which you are using to sit down and become Sat.
Same one. Okay.
It is the same Rajoguna. You're trying to use the Rajoguna in a Sattvic way.
Okay. Okay. That
So
makes sense.
you just have to understand the impact of the three gunas in your mind.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you so
Good.
much.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Shama. Shanta, you have a question? Can you unmute
Sorry.
yourself?
Yes, I could. Yes. Thank you very much. I must say, I was in the form, I mean, I'm so thankful for today's session. I was in the state of bliss when you talked about this Omkara and everything is sound and ultimately resolves in sound and ultimately, which is the Adishtanam for this whole Jagat. And I wanted to hold that moment and not move ahead. And it was
Yeah, it's a very blissful experience when you
I-
realize that the whole world is nothing but the sound Om.
s- yeah. And so it was, I almost felt that um, the understanding of what we talk about, mithya, that the world is mithya, actually was sort of revealed through that. I don't know whether you would
Yes,
agree, but I felt,
it is supposed to get revealed through that analysis of that sound word.
oh, yeah,
It is
uh,
supposed to. That is where the ultimate is. If you have realized it, super. That means you
yeah,
have
but
followed the talk so well, and your focusing of your mind is fantastic. That means you're able to understand the meaning of what I'm speaking.
yeah, no, because it was very stepwise. It was like very, very methodological, as when you explained, like, oh, first is the sound, and then what it is, when you talked about the rope snake, or when you talked about the gold and the chain and everything. Yes, that is sound, but what it is resolving, it is, or you spoke about this mud, earth.
Yes,
So
yes.
pot and all these are words, and which is sound, which actually reveals, and so I was. Quite I don't know, I was so lost in that state of bliss that I felt I wish
Go
I could
back,
hold on to that
go back
moment.
and repeat this experience more number of times, and you will experience something different. Go
Yeah,
back and
because I have written my notes and I quickly started writing what I was feeling, so that and what was the steps in my mind which I went through when I felt that bliss. My question now is on other two words, because I have, and very strange. Today morning I was thinking of how I would explain to my father about Adishtanam, the rope snake incidents. And the whole lecture today you spoke about Adishtanam, which is, Omkara is the Adishtanam of the whole Jagat. And the two concepts, or the two words, which my question now is on those two words which you talked about, was Abhideyam and Abidanam. Okay. Um, at one point, I understood, but I just want to clarify whether I'm on the right, whether I've mixed up the meanings. With the example of, say, sugar or fire. When you talk about sugar, it's a sound, the word sugar, right? And it gives you the object. It's a sound. But what it reveals is the sweetness.
Correct.
So, and the same way, fire is a sound. Yes, we can't, it's a form, but a word. But what it ultimately reveals is heat. So, in this, Abhidhanam is the word, right? The sound,
Revealer.
the form, the
Abhidanam is revealer. Always,
revealer. Okay.
yes.
So when I say
Abhideyam
reveal,
is
is the
revealed.
revealed? Yeah. So
Yes.
in case of sugar, I think the revealed is the sweetness. So it's an abhidheyam and abhidhanam is sugar. Is it right? I just want to make sure my
Yeah,
notes
yeah.
are written.
Abhidanam is the revealer, is the
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
And what it reveals is the sugar,
Sweetness.
yeah, the meaning.
Mm. Okay, so I've
So,
got
so
it right.
what,
I would
what
just
remains in the end? You ask this question, does the Abhidhanam remain or Abhideyam remains in the end?
it's abhidheyam because it's a
That,
sweetness which remains.
that's right. You see, so ultimately everything resolves into what? It resolves
Oh.
into the word. It
Mm.
resolves into the the objects are nothing but words,
Yeah,
but
the
words
words are
are
nothing but
nothing but
sound,
sound.
and sound is
So
nothing but coming
ultimately,
from
what Shankaracharya says is the whole world is nothing but the sound.
sound.
And when you come to sound, ah, oo, ma, om is the sound which represents the entire universe.
Yeah, so it now makes sense when we talk about, say, as I learned Sanskrit, they say it's a Devbani, and it was the all these Vedas were as a result of vibration, the sounds which were put in the form of a script.
Correct.
So actually, uh, that is the Adishtanam, isn't it,
Yes,
for this whole Jagat?
correct.
So, oh my God,
Right.
it feels like,
Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm saying you're like a scientist. You suddenly discover it and you are jumping with joy.
yeah, it just felt like I'm so thankful today, and I'm glad, I'm here. Thank you very much for this. It was
Okay.
a bliss.
Thank you. Rama, you have another question? You are raising a hand.
Sorry. So, yeah, not a different question. I just wanted to add a point to Shanta's idea. The Abhidanam, Abhideyam, the word is Abhidanam, sugar, but the Abhideyam is the sthula, sugar, and sweetness is subtle,
Correct.
right? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the thought
yeah,
which I got.
Yeah.
yeah.
Go
That
deep.
is good to remember.
Contemplate a
Yeah,
little bit more on the revealer and revealed.
revealed. Yeah.
Ultimately, the revealer remains, consciousness remains, therefore, Turiyam remains as the ultimate. The whole world is revealed, so Abhideyam is resolved in Abhidhanam. Abhidhanam is the
Oh,
revealer, is the consciousness. So the
oh,
waking dream and sleep is Abhideyam. It is the revealed objects. The revealed objects have got name, form, and function. They all resolve into the ultimate. Abhidanam is the sound. It is the Om. Ultimately it is the consciousness.
so just
So
sorry.
what goes away is the Abhideyam goes away. Nama, Rupa, and function, they go away.
Mhm.
What remains is the revealer. The revealer is this consciousness. Revealer is this Turiya. Revealer is the silence. The ultimate, the one behind the sound dome is what? The silence. That silence is what is revealing the sound. So Abhidanam remains, Abhideyam goes away.
Okay. Okay, so Abhidhanam is actually then
Revealer.
going into,
Revealer
oh
is the
yeah,
ultimate.
revealer, and it is the Omkar
That's
afterwards. Yeah.
correct. So the
Okay.
revealed is the word.
Okay.
Revealed is the waker, dreamer, sleeper.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
these are
yeah.
all revealed. But what is the revealer? Revealer is this Turiyam
Turiya.
consciousness. Now it is clear.
Yes. Yes, thank you. Thank
Good.
you very much.
So,
Uh,
yeah.
Please go through through these talks again. You will there are notes also there. But remember, revealer always remains. Consciousness is the revealer of the entire Jagat. Omkara is the revealer of the entire Jagat. How? Because everything is Om only. And what is in the Om? It is the sound. But can sound exist by itself? No. Sound cannot exist without the Adishtanam, the silence. So what is the in Omkara, what is the Vachyartha and what is the Lakshyartha? Lakshyartha is the silence. Vachyartha is the sound. So similarly for Atma, Vachyartha is the three states. Lakshyartha is the Turiya. Turiya, we will never be able to see it because it is the substratum. It is the revealer. It is beyond the revealer and the revealed also. Okay. Anyway, as we go through these 12 mantras, by the time you finish the 12th mantra, this you will say, what is this Abidanam Abidem? It's so easy to understand. Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, Bharat, you have a question?
Hello, Shakashi. Do you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Bharat.
It's fantastic lecture, and you know, the Q&A is again amazing. I just wanted you to check my understanding. Om represents waking state, dreaming state, deep sleep state, everything, the entire manifested universe, including ourselves, the body, the mind, everything. But Om as a word is also the revealer. Om is also Brahman. So Om is both revealer and revealed. Hence, Om is Advaita. Is that correct?
Up to a certain level.
Yeah.
See, you have to say that ultimately there is something which is beyond the revealer and revealed. It is Turiya.
Yes. So it's that which is revealing the
Correct.
Om is
Yes.
Turiya. Yep.
See, whenever you say revealer and revealed, you're coming up to the Vyavaharika level.
Yep.
At the Vyavaharika level, at the transactional level only, we can use these two words, revealer and revealed.
Understood.
There is another level which is called as Paramarthika level, which is what Amini was asking. Why go to the Paramarthika level? The reason is that is the truth. That is where the Upanishad wants us to reach. It doesn't want to stop at that at the level of revealer-revealed relationship. What Shankaracharya says in the end is revealer-revealed relationship. Sambandha exists in Dvaitam. We have to cross this and go beyond the Dvaitam to Advaitam, which is beyond revealer, revealed. It is Paramarthika Satya.
Thank you very much, Shakachi. Thank
Good,
you.
Bharat. You see, I'm going into different levels of understanding of the word Om. The word Om is so beautiful and it's so divine. You can keep talking about it, especially after the understanding Mandukya Upanishad. You can give a talk on Om for hours together. It's so beautiful. It's amazing.
I just to let you know, I heard an interesting argument from a philosopher about what does it mean for something to be here, and quite simply, if something is here, it means it's not there. And so what does it mean for something to be there? It means it's not here. Now that sounds like a ridiculous argument, you know, like what's the value in that? But both for something to be here or there, or not here or not there, have a commonality, which is place or space. So what that reveals is that whichever object you look at, there is a universal principle underlying everything, whether if it's there or not there. And I thought that was very similar, kind of in line with Mandukya Upanishad, in terms of Turiya, Turiya being the unattached cause of everything that we see, because it in Turiya you are able to, through that duality, you can say whether something is here or not here, and you can only do that if you are the Turiya in the first place, which is precisely what the Upanishad is trying to point out in the second verse.
You're right. Absolutely right, Bharat. The way you should have caught hold of that philosopher is something is here.
Yes, the
Something,
isness.
the isness is what is the
Yeah.
real. That is
Yes.
common. That is how
Exactly.
you should have caught him and said,
Yeah.
you are using is. That is what I'm trying to reveal to you.
Yeah.
And that is what is, Shankaracharya's argument. The way he argues is with his opponent says, you are saying it is there, it is not there. But you are saying that is common between both.
Exactly. To say it's not,
What
you
we
have
are
to be there to
saying.
say it's
Yes.
not. Yeah. Thank you. I thought I'd just share that. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Bharat. So we'll close today. We'll again go through, we'll study this further. The first mantra is still a few slides away. And then we'll go to the second. It's a very beautiful analysis of Omkara and the three states. You see, the analysis of the three states will blow your mind out completely, because this type of analysis and the commentary of Shankaracharya is brilliant. You see, that is what makes the whole difference. Whatever I'm speaking is what is there in the commentary. So the glory lies with the commentary. Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
Shikaji, can I ask this? Today you've explained Sat and Chit principle, but next time would you be explaining the Ananda principle as well as part of the consciousness? Sat and Chit you've explained today.
This Ananda principle will not come so much in Mandukya Upanishad. It comes only mainly in Taittiriya Upanishad.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
In the 8th Anuvaka of the Taittiriya Upanishad, Ananda is completely the full analysis of Ananda comes only in Taittiriya. It doesn't come in Mandukya Upanishad. Very sparingly the Ananda aspect comes. The main aspect of Mandukya Upanishad is purely on the existence part and in the consciousness part.
Okay. I just wondered only because whether, so at a time of your highest level of consciousness, the Turiya state, I thought because all the disturbance in the mind is taken away, so the default state of the consciousness is Ananda.
Yeah, you're right. Your understanding is perfect.
Okay, fantastic.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Namaste.
Yeah, thank you, and we look forward for next week. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.